Let's see. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that live count. All right, I am live. It always does that little hesitation before I start. All right, listen, today is Tuesday, September 1st. It's about 7:30 p.m. I'm going to do a quick 25 for the cause tonight because I was able to go to the Sarasota County School Board meeting. It is online. You can go to the Sarasota County Schools website and you can find the link for the school board meetings. And then you can go on there and see I was actually the first person who got to speak. But unfortunately, I practiced my speech for so long, wanted to keep it under 3 minutes. Didn't happen. You know how I never keep it under, so wasn't able to finish my speech. So I'm going to take the 3 minutes to read it. Hey, Shanice Wire, if you're listening, I'm going to read it for you since you didn't get to hear it all. So I'm going to get to tell you the rest of it. So you'll get to hear it, and hopefully you'll like it even more than you like the first part. Um, Thank you for the people who came and talked. That was awesome. That was awesome. There was actually people there who were there to speak about something else, saw the injustice and spoke up. Thank you for the people beeping the car horns in the parking lot. That was pretty funny to be in there and consistently hear the horns outside. So listen, that was pretty cool. People did show up. People spoke. People beeped their horns. People made a difference. And that's pretty cool. And that's really what we were looking for. Again, the more the better, but quantity isn't always quality. We had a great quality of people who spoke and represented. So that was great. So listen, tomorrow I'm going to try to get back into the regular routine of starting in the morning and coming back with a positive message. I'm pretty much done with my situation. What I want to really talk about is moving on and moving forward. Okay. I mean, my job is done. My career is done. I'm going to move on. I'm going to do something else. So I'll talk about that tomorrow and just, accepting. I feel so much better right now having been able to speak at the school board meeting, even if I didn't get my 3 minutes, but you guys are going to get the 3 minutes because I'm going to read my 3 minute speech to you online and then I'll post it. And so I'll get it there anyway. Okay, so here we go. It said, my name is John Russo, and I am the father of 5 children who have attended Sarasota County Public Schools. I am a former 25-year teacher, coach, athletic director, and former Brookside Teacher of the Year. I am here tonight to inform the public that this current school board voluntarily placed an extremely violent student who had been removed from 3 previous middle schools into the general student population of Brookside Middle School, directly disregarding the warning of the executive director of middle schools not to do this. Whomever made this fateful decision of overriding the executive director has taken zero responsibility for it. I believe that's Sonia Figueroa who did that. And she has yet to come forward and explain her logic. But why is it that administrators from the landings are allowed to hide from their poor decisions and blame it on other employees? Why am I being used as a scapegoat for their poor decisions? Hey, Shanice Wire, why am I accused of being a racist? Lori Alhadeff, the founder of Make Our Schools Safe and mother of slain Parkland student Elisa Alhadeff, called me yesterday to offer me support and express her disgust at the Sarasota County School Board's handling of the situation. My situation has nothing to do with the color of this student's skin. Sorry, Shanice. And everything to do with the dangerous actions of this student and his bad character, Miss Wire, his bad character. Bad character is a sign of danger. Past violent actions are a sign of danger. Not conforming to the most basic reasonable request on a public school campus, please stop and identify yourself, is a sign of danger. Threatening to punch a teacher in the face and then punching the principal in the face is a sign of danger. You are creating the next generation of Jacob Blakes. Shanice Wire, you're creating a generation of Jacob Blakes. You are confirming to Black students in Sarasota schools that displaying disobedience, defiance, threatening behavior, and physical violence is not only okay, but there will be no consequences handed out. You would never allow your own children to act that way, but the Sarasota County School Board agrees that these inferior standards are acceptable for Black students in our school. And Shanice Wire, you believe that too. These inferior standards are acceptable for Black students. That's so disappointing, Shanice, to hear that racist thought that you would have. You are an Amy Cooper, thinking that Black students aren't able to handle the same character traits that everybody else. That's disturbing. I've coached kids and taught them for 25 years. And the idea that you're going to say because of somebody's culture and because somebody's color, they can't follow the rules, that's racism. That's what it is. And that's what I'm calling out. I also called out Matthew Gruhl. You allowed Principal Matthew Gruhl to openly violate school board policy by letting students out early and unsupervised, which directly led to hundreds of innocent students being placed in harm's way. The school board also allowed Principal Gruhl to lie publicly about not being punched in the head by the student, even though the video clearly shows him being punched and the student openly admitted it himself. You also allowed Principal Gruhl to erase cell phone videos that contained evidence recorded from the incident that day. Principal Gruhl and SRO Todd Perna pronounced me guilty that same day without ever questioning me or any other witnesses as to what had happened. And you were okay with that. Continuing this injustice, SRO Perna issued a police report the very next day after the incident that clearly stated that Principal Gruhl had been struck twice by the student. But after SRO Perna had a private conversation with Principal Gruhl, and Principal Gruhl informed SRO Perna that he would deny being hit by the student, SRO Perna issued a second police report and changed the story completely, stating that the student had only thrown punches. Talk about creating a false narrative. Oh, by the way, SRO Perna no longer works for the Sarasota Police Department. He was hired by the Sarasota County School Board Police Department. Is that a coincidence? Finally, if all of this isn't bad enough, the school board then allowed the former superintendent to hire his very own personal attorney as an objective, unbiased investigator in order to pronounce me guilty. Attorney Jennifer Compton, who was so biased that she actually had a phone conversation with Jeff Maltzby in the presence of his administrative assistant, Sharena Bonner. And in this conversation, Mr. Maltzby, who had been Compton's friend for over a decade, announced to Miss Compton, and I quote, "I don't care what we have to do. We just have to get this dude out of here." Wow. And I'm the one being fired for misconduct in office, willful neglect, and immorality. That's pretty incredible. So I will continue to create live posts on Facebook and YouTube in order to give a real voice to the teachers, staff, parents, and students living in our community. And that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'll finish out my 25 days for the cause and do that. And then I'm going to continue to try to, I'm going to have my YouTube page, 25 for the cause, and I'm going to continue to speak out for teachers. I'm going to go to school board meetings and I'm going to take my 3 minutes now. I love going there and listening to people speak because it's great. So if you want to see, again, I didn't make it through the whole thing, but if you want to see the 2.5 minutes that I was able to get out of my 3-minute speech, you can go on the Sarasota County School Board website and it's there. And then one last thing, because I mentioned this woman's name, Shanice Wire. She's a troll. She's one of these trolls who constantly talks about race and everything else. And so I just had to call her out because I don't ever respond to her. I don't respond to trolls. So I was able to do it now because she's the one who I know is watching. And so once again, I don't worry about people like that. Her opinion means nothing because her opinion is limited. She can't think outside the box. She's one of these biased people who can only see things from her point of view. Okay, it's very clear that this student did everything wrong in this situation, and it was all about his bad character, had nothing to do with his race. But people like Shanice Wire want to call me a racist because I'm white. And that's what I think is great. Amy Cooper lives in Shanice Wire. So, Shanice Wire, you were my 5 extra push-ups today for the cause because I hope that we can straighten you out because you seem to be very mixed up and it's not a good thing. Okay, with that said, I'm going to go back tomorrow and I'll be back just talking about positive things and moving forward with life. That's actually going to be my talk today, moving on tomorrow morning, moving on. I'm good to go. This is over. I have a lawsuit that I'll be filing. I'm going to find out about all the other things tomorrow when I go to talk to HR, and then I'm good to go. I have a new career that I'm going to be entering. I'll talk about tomorrow. So I want to once again thank the people who showed up. I had former students there, colleagues, parents. It was awesome. People beeping the horn. That was pretty cool. So thank you very much. Again, I feel the way I do today. My mental health is the way it is today because of all of you supporting me. I know that thousands of people are watching these videos. I see that. And it's cool. It's cool because I know that people are interested, that people want to help, that people want to be different. They want to be the change. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we can be different and we could be the catalyst for change so that we can just squash people like Shanice Wire who are just ignorant and we can move forward and start letting people know the right things that need to be done in this county, or the right things. So again, just give me a chance and talk to me about some things. Give me some information or topics that you want to talk about, and I'll be ready to go. So I will see you again tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. I'm feeling great tonight, and I appreciate everybody's support. God bless.